Hello, beautiful dolls. Welcome to my dollhouse. Welcome back if you're already a subscriber. If you're not, hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell to be notified of when I upload future videos. This is going to be a long one and a two-parter. Let's see. Everybody knows that at the beginning of March, they took the kids out of school. Well, when they took the kids out of school, I stopped going out. I didn't go anywhere for 10 weeks. Then I went to Walmart once, the Dollar Tree and Walmart once. I wore a mask, gloves, and of course my glasses. And the Dollar Tree was fine. We got what we needed. But it was almost 8. Walmart closes at 8:30. So I told my fiance to go ahead and take the bags to the car. And I would meet him in Walmart. So I went in Walmart. And while I was going down the aisle looking for the pet supplies, this man came up and put his hand on my shoulder. And I don't mean softly. I mean, he left a bruise. Because he was just like holding it and squeezing. So I started screaming. One of the associates runs over and the guy ran off. So I told my fiance when he got back and he wanted to go look for the dude. But I didn't want him to. And after that, I did my Walmart in record time, because I'm a shopper, guys, but not anymore. We came home and I went back to staying in the house all the time. Don't want to go anywhere, don't want to see anybody. And then on a Wednesday morning, my phone rang, and it was my stepmother's number. I answered the phone, and a man I don't know told me I needed to get to my father's house as soon as possible. So Jimmy called in sick to work. And I called my stepsister because she had called too. She was stuck on an island down at the coast. And I asked her as soon as she answered the phone if my dad was dead. And she said, no, he'd had a massive stroke. So we met up with pretty much all of my dad's side of the family at his house and discussed the options for him, because they pretty much told us he was going to die. We decided not to resuscitate should that become necessary. Then we began the fight to get somebody in to see him, because, they're not allowing visitors. But the best way to assess my dad's situation was for one of us to see him. So that night I looked online and I found something about, because he couldn't answer for himself, that he could have a compassionate caregiver come in and assess the situation. So I emailed that to my stepsister, and that got my stepmom in to see him. They let her spend 3 hours with him on Friday. On Sunday, which I believe was the 30th, we all went to her house again, and they made homemade pizzas, and we talked to my dad over a video chat. I came home. June and I went for a walk. Things got out of hand with me and my stepmother. We're not talking. And I went back to staying in my house. Well, by Thursday, we had found out that Jimmy had a client who was exposed to the coronavirus. He had taken her home. And And Thursday night, when he came home from work, he had a temperature of 102. So he didn't go in Friday. He pretty much slept all weekend. And by Monday, he didn't have fever or anything. He was fine. Fast forward to June 10th. I wake up. My head hurts. I have a temperature of 102. My throat hurts. My abdomen hurts. And my lower back hurts. And I can't get comfortable. And it was like that until the 13th. On the 13th, Jimmy had a gig. And I called him right after he left and told him that it was getting really hard to breathe. So I was going to call EMS. When the EMS picked me up, I told them that I had a urinary tract infection. And the woman looked at me and said, "You have COVID." I said, "Oh, no, I don't." She said, "Yes, you do. We've been escorting COVID patients for the last 4 rides, and you've got it." I said, "No, I don't." So she told them over the CB in the ambulance, that I had it. Or at least she was sure I had it. So I get there, and they pushed me past all the regular emergency rooms and cubicles or whatever into what at first I thought was the world's tiniest emergency room. It had like a sink on one side and a stack of paper scrubs on the other. And they pushed me into there, and the first thing they did is they came in and they shoved what looked like a mascara brush for your lower lashes straight up my nose. I really think they scraped my brain. It hurt. And for 20 minutes, I would have died. For 20 seconds, they sit there and do this up your nose. And they put that in the thing, and they told me that it took 2 hours to come back. And they took a urine sample, and they gave me a shot of morphine and a shot of Ativan. I went to sleep. It was so good. When I woke up, the doctor was back, and he said, "You have a bacterial infection." And I pretty much knew that I had a UTI. He said, "And you tested positive." I said, "Of course I tested positive if I have an infection." He said, "No, you tested positive for COVID." And I just kept blinking and looking at him. And I said, "What did you say?" He said, "I said you have the COVID virus." I said, "Well, can I go home?" He said, "No." So let my fiance know. And they let him bring my phone charger up to the desk and at the front of the emergency room. And they brought it back to me. And this is where I'm going to end this video. But the next one will be all about my COVID experience. It's a doozy, y'all. Bye, beautiful dolls. Come back soon.